The Fargo Five, I'm Conrad Fargo. We are here with Erik Hill from Immersion LLC. Hello, Erik.
Hey.
So we just heard your amazing story, and if you're watching this on YouTube or listening to it now, you can find it later on YouTube, about how you started. You were deployed abroad. It was kind of a tearjerker. It's a big story. Go listen to that. Very interesting. Now we are going to focus on the fun and the uplifting, the success story, because you had a soft open a week ago.
Correct.
But your grand opening is tomorrow,
Yes, it is.
May 8th. I feel like when we scheduled this interview, it was going to be a little later than that. Have you moved it forward?
Yeah. There was a lot of pieces that need to be put together. Basically, my booking software, all that stuff, everything. How do people get a hold of me? So that was my biggest thing, is getting everything lined up before I actually open.
Yeah.
So everything fell into place.
So now you're ready to be officially open with the grand opening.
Correct.
That's really exciting. So what is there something special going on for the grand opening, or is this just your announcement, your debut? What is it making? So because I don't know that most people understand what a soft opening is and what a grand opening is. And so you've already been taking money. You've already had business.
No, not yet.
Okay.
So soft open was just a place where people they could register from my booking software, come in and get to experience everything.
Yeah.
So with the cold plunge and sauna, if they wanted to.
Yeah.
So it's just like a touch and feel kind of event.
Okay. So you haven't actually been plunging anybody yet.
No.
Okay. And so tomorrow that begins.
Mm-hmm.
That's so very exciting. So
yes,
tell me,
I'm super excited.
What I want to do is kind of paint a picture for the listener of what they can expect. So most importantly, where is this located?
Yeah. So this is actually located on the backside of CrossFit Fargo down south.
Uh-huh.
Yep. They're located just off 52nd Avenue. Right before you get to the construction where they're doing the overpass. My actual entrance is actually facing towards 52nd. Okay. You'll take a little side road off.
I see.
I think it's like 51st Ave, and then you'll come into the parking lot, and then you just drive all the way to the end on the 52nd on the south side, and then that's where my door will be.
So are walk-ins welcome, or do you need to schedule ahead of time?
I do have walk-ins, but I prefer people look me up on my Facebook or my website, because then you could fill out all the information. I have a waiver because obviously safety is number one.
Yeah,
I want to make sure everyone understands what they're going to do and all that jazz. Just for both of us to be safe. So once you do that, and then you book a consultation, and then you can come in. It is open to the public as well as to the CrossFit gym. So I know I keep on getting asked, you do not have to be a CrossFit Fargo member.
Okay. So probably find you ahead of time, and so just maybe Google or search on Facebook Immersion LLC, or how do we find you? What's the best way to find you?
The best way to so I do, my Facebook is my more mainstream for my communication, which is just Immersion, IMMERSION LLC. And then I do have a website as well. Oh. It actually has a 6-minute intro video of me to kind of describing who I am and how I got to where I am.
Oh, really?
So that kind of gives it a little bit more depth. It took me about an hour. Well, no, it took me like a couple hours to make it.
Yeah. How long is it?
It's just roughly 6 minutes.
Oh, okay. So it's going to be very similar. How does it compare to the interview we just did in the last segment?
That one I kind of went more in depth because I kind of honed in on what exactly I was going through, like motion-wise, and then the impact of what I want to do.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty.
Teaser.
I know it's like I would love to get more in depth people, but
so if you want more details, so if you listened here, YouTube watcher here, the camera isn't straight on me. YouTube watcher, I'm looking straight at you here. If you liked that last segment and you thought it was interesting and you want to hear more, get more details, maybe get another cut of it or more, where do we find that? Is it on your Facebook page or on your website?
No, it's on my website.
Okay.
So the website's www.immersion-llc.com.
Okay. Yep. Very, very, very good. Yep. And then you don't have a shorter URL or anything like that?
Nope. That's it. Just
that'll be, we do a lot of work together on small business growing and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That'll be one of the next things we do is get you a shorter one. But until then, it's IMMERSION -LLC.
Yep.
immerse.com.
Correct.
Very good.
Yes.
Very good. And then the video is right on the homepage, or where's that video?
Yeah, it's the first thing you see.
Yeah. Oh,
And
I think that's
so,
that's really powerful.
I mean, I encourage people to watch it because it's very true and authentic of who I am. And you kind of get to know me a little bit better. And like I always tell people, it has all my contact information though is directly on my Facebook for now.
Yeah.
I know I need to migrate it to my website, but I figured I got a lot of interaction on my Facebook.
Yes.
That's the go-to now.
All right, so enough teaser. What is it like actually doing the cold plunge? So I walk in. How big is the space? Like, is it? Do you have multiple rooms? You just have the one plunge at a time, or how does that?
Yeah, so I have there's a plunge in one room and then the sauna in the other.
Okay.
So it's very simple. You walk in and then you'll meet me. And this is kind of more the consultation phase of we get to know each other.
Uh-huh.
Why exactly are you coming in?
Uh-huh.
And trying to make you realize, like, what else have you not tried, or kind of give you more of the basics of what I'm about and what I can help you with.
Okay.
So I know it's not for everyone, but it is a game changer because it's not a spa mentality. It's more the mental toughness of changing your life for the
It's almost
better.
the opposite of a spa.
Yeah.
Right. A spa is you're supposed to come in and
relax
and feel really good, and be really comfortable.
Yep.
And here, instead, once we get through the consultation, at the end of the day, you've got a big cold water tank.
Yep.
And we're gonna just get dunked right into it.
Yeah, and there's breathing techniques and other things that I can help people with as well. For the people that haven't done it, I know that's that hurdle of that fear factor you got to get over, which also relates to my business, is doing hard things. Almost, I pretty much say, like, we're all like pencils. You get worn down so far, and then you got to resharpen, every once in a while. So this is and to think of a natural way to help yourself without taking pills, supplements, all that stuff, which I'm not saying. I always like to say, I know pills can help people.
Yeah.
There is good medication out there.
Absolutely.
But
look, if it's working for you, if you're taking pills and they're working for you, I don't think anybody would recommend you stop taking the pills.
Yeah. No. Not a doctor, not a therapist. I do have to mention that. I'm not a doctor, not a therapist, nothing. I'm just a normal person that wants to help people.
Yeah. Well, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So how big is the tank? I mean,
it is.
I'm a big guy. Am I going to fit? I don't fit in a normal tub.
Yeah, I think it's 78 inches, so it fits all the way somebody up to 6'6", 6'5", kind of roughly.
And it's like is it like a tub in that it's long, or is it more like a tall kind of a thing? Am I going to be standing or am I going to be laying down?
It looks just like a normal bathtub, except it filters cold water. So the whole sanitation part of it does self-regulate. That's why, it's pretty expensive, but I did it for that reason.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people are worried about the water of multiple people going into it.
Yeah.
But it self-regulates on itself. And then it keeps the water nice and clean. And then also it filters every 15 minutes, I do believe. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And then also the 4x4 is the sauna. And the whole aspect of that is I went smaller just because I found out a lot of people like the seclusivity of just themselves.
Yeah.
They can listen to a podcast. They can just zone in, have it to themselves and not worry about anybody interrupting them, which is I feel like it's more of a convenience factor. For that, I like that part, and it is the Finnish style, so nice some water on rocks.
Yeah,
you could put some.
So which do you do first? Do you start with the sauna, or do you take the plunge, or it depends what you're trying to accomplish? Or
yeah, I say they're both of them combined is over a dozen health benefits.
Yeah, so
that's pretty intense when you say it's not just one thing. That's what I like about it. I have tried both mix and match, and I just say it is on a person's preference.
Okay.
I have tried the sauna, then cold plunge, then back to sauna. Still feel great. I love it. I've tried sauna in the morning, cold plunge in the afternoon. Still feel great. So I think everybody knows their body and what they like and how they respond to it. So it's going to be a kind of like a trial and error for that first month until you figure out what works better for you. So that's why I don't really have a set guideline. It's just whatever you find works best for you.
So I think people are familiar with saunas. I mean, hotels often have them. They're. I don't think I need to paint a picture on that. But this cold plunge.
Yeah.
I wanna talk more about what is the experience like. What are they going to go through, and then afterwards, like what's that? So just paint a picture. So what are we wearing?
Yeah.
So we have a consultation with you.
Correct.
And at that point, we're fully closed?
In the consultation,
are you more like a doctor where I have to take my pants off before you talk to me?
No. So during the consultation, you'll get an email saying bring your bathing suit.
Oh, okay.
It is recommended, obviously, not going naked or anything like that. I know I have been asked, but
can you if you want to?
No.
Okay.
No, we're not doing that. You will have a bathing suit. Not
interested.
Yes,
okay.
Correct. So yeah, you're getting in the bathing suit, and then the hardest part is because your feet are very sensitive. Mm-hmm. So that's the first part. You just don't have an option. You're not going to dive in.
Yeah.
So that's very sensitive. So once
how do we get lower? How do we get lowered in? Do you have like a gurney, or are you cradling me like a baby?
Nope.
Or am I,
I'm there to tell you to stop thinking and get in. I have it on my board in the room, so I usually point to that once somebody starts asking me questions. But yeah, once you fully submerge, whether hands in or hands out, that is a big difference. You'll feel that hyperventilation part, which happens to everyone. It happens to me still.
Yeah.
It's that gasp of air.
Ooh.
But that's the part where you need to calm yourself down and work yourself through the breathing techniques. So
I'm getting short breath just thinking about it. So I am not your ideal customer.
Yeah.
So I think I said that on Facebook, and I don't.
Yep.
Sometimes when you write a comment in text, it doesn't translate as well as in person. So so I'm saying here face to face, I think what you're doing is really cool. I have a lot of positive vibes about it. But gosh, I don't like being uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's definitely that. But that's where you got to challenge your mind is, why am I doing this? If you want to go back to your old way, if you're not feeling great, not waking up every day that you want to kill it or whatever it is, if you're not feeling good, that where you're at in your life, something needs to change. And yes, it might be tough to do, but people take supplements and all kinds of stuff at every time trying to get ahead, whatever their goal is. But it just depends what you're looking for.
I'm an incredible hypochondriac. And people, I'm a hypochondriac. No, I legit diagnosed. I got issues. I'm incapable of assessing my own well-being. If I were to come and so I'm just kind of trying to put myself in the feet. If I were to go in there and you said that the first thought I'm having is I'm having a heart attack or something. I'm going to panic. Are you expecting to be dealing with hothouse orchids like myself that are just having full-on panic attacks with you?
That's almost like the coaching part I want about it is to help you through that, which is the breathing techniques. Be like, hey, calm yourself down. 1, 2, just get through that, because after 30 seconds, your body, 30 seconds to a minute, but your body regulates.
Yeah.
And then you almost become really chill in the chill water. So, and then after they call them thresholds. So the first threshold is getting there. Second threshold is getting in. Then the third is staying in.
Yeah.
So those are the things you need to think about. But yeah, once you stay in, then it's all on yourself of knowing your body. So obviously, first sign of hypothermia is shaking. I don't want anybody to get that far, but sometimes it does happen. People want to challenge themselves. But so yeah, once you get to, I think it's like 1.5 to 2 minutes, you start to reap the benefits of the cold plunge. So that's the goal.
Yeah, and then you come out.
And you get out.
And how do you feel?
I've had, how I felt is fantastic.
Yeah.
I felt like I drank 10 energy drinks without the heart rush.
It's a whole bunch of endorphins, right?
Oh yeah, the neurotransmitters, you get serotonin dump, you get a dopamine dump, get all those feelings, which are related to, depression. That's what happens in your brain. Your brain just goes haywire.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's a very uplifting feeling, which is long-lasting as well. It's just, it makes you feel super, super good.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
So I discovered how people, so I have 2 tattoos, and I discovered how people get addicted to it because I had a tattoo, and it was very similar to this in that, after a while, because it's the trauma, they're just stabbing you over and over again with the needle.
Yep.
And afterwards you get this huge dopamine dump. And I was like, oh, I get it now. I see how people, this sounds exactly like that. Where you're almost tricking your body into thinking that it's undergone something traumatic, but you're in a safe and a comfortable place.
Yes.
And so then afterwards you're getting that huge dump of just dopamine and serotonin and all that stuff. All those things that those pills honestly are trying to tickle and trigger
in your brain.
Yeah, you're doing it naturally and on your own.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happens inside your body that you don't get to see, so that it's a very feeling based. And also we can go into the whole So I know I've been asked quite a bit about the metabolism part of it.
Oh.
They're like, oh, can I lose weight? And there hasn't been enough studies, so I'm not going to really say on what exactly it happens. But what happens is your white fat gets turned into brown fat. And by that process, and by that process, it takes sugar out of your blood, and that's how it transforms. And that brown fat is used to what keeps you, like if you're cold, that's what the brown fat is for, to help you stay warm. So it's also been linked with diabetics as well, helping diabetics lean off their medication.
Wow.
But, officially can't say that.
Yeah.
But, there is a lot of evidence.
What you say.
Yeah. There is there's a lot of evidence. I'm not claiming anything, but it's been shown to help with it. That's all I guess I could say is, depending on whatever you're struggling with. But the whole mental health side of it, that's where I want to get into. Like that's of doing hard things, getting out of that rut, and then seeing how that snowballs.
That is very cool.
Yeah, there's also the other another thing. I had a bad knee. It helps with it's inflammation. I think quite a bit of people are struggling with that, especially athletes and stuff like that. Like it's helped me drastically. I think I went from it was like 200 pounds when I got home from deployment, and I've been squatting over 400.
Nice.
In deadlifting. So it's like, helping me with recovery. So that's also another effect from it is helping you recovery. So there's a
how many times you got to do this before you get these effects?
It's instant.
Really?
Oh yeah. But I always say it's like lifting. You can't just go one and done. Yeah. Because that's the old dopamine rush. So you'll get addicted to it. And then you'll get actually habituated to it, then you'll need to go colder and longer. Yeah. Which you don't want. But after this past weekend I had drill for 4 days, and I came back and I barely could stay in the plunge for 2 minutes. That's how quickly my body was like resetting. Wow. So, but there's a plethora, even with the sauna as well. The sauna has brain health, heart health, skin health. I mean, there's so many things.
This is very cool.
With this combo.
You are winning me. You are a natural salesman. I don't know if you know, but you're not selling anything. You're just being authentic. Yeah. You're just, but you getting me sold on it. The idea, it's like a training. Mm-hmm. Like training, going in and making yourself stronger, making your will stronger, your mind stronger. Oh yeah, absolutely. This is very attractive. This is very cool. Yeah, and it's just like if you're going through life like I was, it took a lot, but it's like if you're not, you're not getting sleep every night, or you're stressed out with your family or kids or whatever, or if you're single with depression. I know depression, there's a lot of that stuff. Yeah. Anything. It's just like, why not just come try it out? Absolutely. And if I know that you'll leave feeling better, that's my win. That's what I want. Very cool. We are going to switch over to Fargo Fresh coming next, right after our intermission. So don't go nowhere.